Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Man, you coming from all the way from Las Vegas from your studio. I see that.
Hey man, it's
So
crazy when
guys,
you start. It's crazy how you know all the things that you can get done when you start playing with Canva.
that's right. That's right. Awesome job. So guys, we're going to go into a special training. This gentleman has been a friend of mine for over 10 years. He joined me in this business and his specialty is $1 million baby, which is IULs for kids. And last month he cleared a cash load, $11,000 just from $1 million baby policies, and he did a lot of them. To the point where he was one day crying that he had to enter so many applications and his fingers were hurting. That's a good problem for some people to have. So, guys, without any further ado, please welcome Chris Nolasco.
Thanks for the introduction,
Yes, sir.
Raza. I was just saying that you put me up to this, with for the first time, never done any training, but I've been on and off, doing this business, and so one thing that is working for me I guess since the past month, it was the $1 million baby program, and uh, I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit about how I'm getting these leads, these clients. So I guess I don't do cold calling or anything like that. So I just talk to my warm market. So I was playing soccer with this group of guys, and one of the guys came up to me and talked to me, and we became like kind of like friends, and he asked me, about what I do. So I was telling him I'm an insurance agent. So he said, oh wow, he said that he just got an IUL. I guess this happens like 8 months ago. So he uh, he said, you know what? I want to talk to you to see maybe you can explain me a little bit more about what I got because I don't even know what I have. So a few months later, he showed up, and the funny thing is that he showed up with a folder. He had like a folder, with a bunch of paperwork inside, So, but he said, you know what? Can you explain about, can you break down a little bit what I have in my with my policy? So I said, yeah, come on over and we'll talk. I'll show you. And I was trying to use that to see if maybe he can refer me to some customers, knowing that he already have an IUL. So he showed up, and I was able to explain him a little bit what he had. He had an IUL with a State Farm, and I was looking at the benefits and all that. It wasn't much, but he was happy that finally he understood what he had, and I explained him about the living benefits, and all that stuff. So, but then he said, you know what? I really appreciate you, what you're doing for me, but here in this folder, I have paperwork. I have social security numbers. I have all the paperwork for like my kids. Oh, really? He said, yeah. Can you help me set up an account for them? And at this point, I thought, oh, maybe he got a couple of kids, right? But no, he start getting out, all these birth certificates, social security cards, and I was like, how many kids do you have? He said, I got 5 kids. So I was like, okay, good, good. So I started, doing in illustrations, with for the IULs. So we ended up getting 5 of his kids, approved, right away, and set up, So the thing is that from there, this is one of the things, that we all have to be good about it. We cannot let go of these customers without sending you some referrals. Um, if you don't like calling, like me, myself, I hate calling, people that I don't know. But when you have customers already, they can send you their friends and family. So I asked him for referrals. So he gave me a list of people. So I ended up getting somebody else. It was a young guy. I helped him also with IUL, but then I end up calling a guy, one of his buddies, they work together. So he was paying attention. He said, you know what? Yeah, come to my house and explain me about what you have. So to make everything short, I end up meeting this guy, going to his house, and then Sunday I see all these kids coming out of everywhere, like different rooms, in the house. So this guy also had 5 kids. I was like, wait a minute, I feel like, you know, but I end up, obviously and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the pitching. How do you have to kind of like personalize, the pitch a little bit, and so I kind of hit it, with the kind of like a tough question. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but I learned this from one of the guys. Actually, Louis used the same thing. When I approached the guy and I said, "Look, do you have some type of coverage for your kid for yourself? Do you have a life insurance? Do you have a?" And they said, "No, I don't have anything." And I was like, "Man, you have 5 kids and you don't have a life insurance policy?" I mean, if you love your family, you definitely have to have a life insurance yourself. Then we can talk about the kids. But so we asked the question: what if you die today? Matter of fact, what if you died? What if you died yesterday? How are your family going on right now? Do you have enough savings that your family can live for the next 3 or 6 months? Your wife and kids. So they kind of like understood, that they have to have, this. I myself, when Raza asked me the first time, "Hey, do you have a retirement account? How much do you think you're gonna get? Do you have a life insurance policy?" I said, "No." So he said, "Man, if you love your family, you got to, let's meet up and I can help you out." So I use the same thing, for these customers. So you got to learn, about the customers, like family goals, ask questions, like what dreams do they have, for the child's future? Those things, would you want to set aside, something that guarantee their financial like freedom? So they understand, they start getting it. So I didn't want to walk away from that house without having the guy, give me a commitment, for to protect, his family. I said, "Look, you got to do this. You have no choice. You have 5 kids and a wife that stays home. You got to protect them. Don't do this for you, but do, for themselves, for them." So, yeah, one thing that I use right away when they committed, they say, "Yes, let's do it." So what I do is I bring a paper application. I created a paper application. I know, like, for example, what FMG or NLG will ask, all the questions. So I have I have one of these like application like this right here. So I filled everything up. So I just came home and I started, filling out all the applications. You got to have everything like doctors, information for the kids. So that way you don't have to bother the customer, calling all the time. "Hey, I need this, I need that." But guys, you have to ask for referrals, man. If you walk, through the neighborhood, you see all these homes. I can guarantee you that every home will have a baby, $1 million baby, customer. Not only one, maybe 2 or 3 or more. So I'm working on some other ones for this month. I'm setting appointments, also for another clients. They have kids. They send him a referral. I got another lady that she has 4 kids. It's coming up. I'm gonna meet him, maybe this week. So even though what they saving is not that much money, but even if it's $100, but it will add up, to your volume. So that's what I was able to make about 11,000 just on a little bit over 11,000 just on these $100 IULs for the kids. And they're so excited because when you do the illustration for these kids, it looks so amazing, Even if you do it just for 20 years, that's the good thing about you can do an illustration just from year 1 to 20. The youngest one, he was two months old. And the oldest one, this is the last family I went to see. 5 kids. The youngest was 2 months old, and the oldest one was 10 years old. And all of them, they follow the illustration. They're all gonna retire millionaires by the age of 50, 60. They already have $1 million. Even though they started with $100, then they're gonna upgrade to kind of like $200. But these kids, I mean, can basically be free of premium, by the age of 20, 30 years old. They don't have to pay anymore. So I think it's a good opportunity for us, to talk to everyone. Every family. You go to McDonald's, I go and pass out cards. I talk to people. I just on purpose, I go take my daughter to play, the McDonald's play area, because you always meet parents there. You'll see them there, and just be friendly. Try to talk to everybody. Everybody as possible, is a customer. So now I feel like every time I leave the house, I feel like I'm a father now, because I'm protecting these families. So I feel like I'm part of the family already, and hopefully one day they will thank us, They will say, you know what? Thank you for showing me this. Now my kid is 21 years old. His account, it looks amazing. So his future is gonna be different than mine, So I don't know, guys. I mean, this is it's not difficult. I mean, it's just 1 + 1 is 2. I mean, it's no brainer. I'm not an expert. I'm not too. I'm new to this business, but I've been thankful that the Raza never give up on me, and he's always pushing me. And I understand this business is amazing. This business can definitely give us, that freedom, the financial freedom that we're all looking for. But we got to help a lot of families. But let's work together. I mean, if you have any questions, if you guys need anything from me, you can get the number, from Raza. But I don't know what else I can say. What else can I say? Follow, some tips, follow some rules there. You can use a lot of, technology now to create content. I have some videos that I created for $1 Million Baby. I got people that approach me, people that called me, because of those videos. I mean, I have no choice. I have to do this. So, Mr. Eddie, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add to it. You're an expert. You guys are experts. I'm new, but to this business, but I'm excited.
Well, that was awesome, awesome information, the enthusiasm, the sincerity. How could you not buy a policy from Chris? Like he has general care and concern for people. You can hear it in his voice. And that I think is the difference maker. He's not just out for a buck. He's really trying to help families. And that makes a huge difference in the number of referrals that are coming back to him, because if you do somebody wrong, they're not going to refer you. If you miss something and somebody else comes along and picks up what you missed, they'll be like, why didn't you tell me that? You didn't even help me. So, don't walk away from dollars by missing opportunities to help people with things that they haven't been helped with. Like this guy that came to him already had a policy, but his kids weren't insured, and he found that, and he was able to work that out and help that gentleman and springboard. It was like a springboard, like it just springboarded. So thanks again for sharing that information. Are there any questions anybody has that want to ask Chris? I see Zelalam. Zelalam, go ahead, Zelalam. I think you're on mute. Can't hear you. Anybody else while he's working on his audio there? Anybody else have any questions? I see some questions in the chat. Do you do all your prospecting in person? That was asked by Brianna.
Yeah, I do. I like to meet them on person. I guess all the customers that I've been seeing, yeah, it's been in person. Locally here in my area. So, but when you're talking about referrals, they already know. When you're coming in, they already know. What's all about. And if they accept, I think you got to do the best that you can to close the deal because it's basically a done deal. Referrals, I used to be in the car business. I sold cars for many years, and when a customer sent me one of their friends, I knew they're coming to buy. So and from there, you can expand. It can be a nonstop. I mean, if you follow up with the referrals, it can take some time. Some of them will cancel. I had customers that cancel, but it's still open. For me to go see them. So, but yeah, just do a good following, and you're gonna end up getting referrals all the time.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that answer.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Zelalem, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was not unmuted, but I just plug it and plug it back. Thank you, Chris, really for your encouraging experience. My question is, do you face any challenges when you read about life insurance or IUL, for parents, especially for their children, So if so, how you tackle it? And the other question is, what kind of social media you use, to upload or post your videos?
Yeah, I use TikTok. I think TikTok is the one, that everyone is there. I mean, there's so many things, that you can do in TikTok. I think it's the one that I have a YouTube channel, but I don't do much there. Facebook, I haven't done anything. So if you want to upload, videos, you have to be consistent. That's for sure. I've been kind of slow lately, but I do have some content there, and I think that's where the majority of people is. That's where you find a lot of people for anything. I mean, I think it's TikTok. So I will start from there. But as far as
Do you face any challenges?
well, yeah,
And
one
how
of the
you tackle,
challenges that you're always going to find is a prospect, cancel an appointment. You're always going to find those people that, you got to follow, chase some people around. Sometimes, I don't want to bug them, but I leave them alone for a little bit. And then I send them another message, I end up getting like this guy that used to play soccer with him. It's been a year since we talked before. And then suddenly, he called me. I guess he had some questions about his insurance, his policy, but he didn't even call the State Farm. He has an IUL with the State Farm. He called me. I guess he remembered me. So I say, hey, good thing that you called me because now I'm gonna sell you something. I already sold 5 of his kids. I sold one of his ex-wife. I sold one of his friend, a young boy. He's a 21-year-old, very sharp guy. And I sold him, just from him, I got about 10 other accounts.
Wow.
Plus 5 of his kids. I mean, so I did good with, just by him calling me, for asking some questions about his policy. So yeah, come to my house. I said, come to my house, and I know I'm gonna sell you something. So I knew that he got kids and everything. So if I couldn't sell him because he already got an IUL with some of the company, but I know you got family. I'm gonna get you. He's a friend, he's friend. We play soccer all the time. So
Wow.
so
Well, there's another question in the chat. Thanks for that answer, Chris. We appreciate that. Somebody asked, for the appointment, do you focus on using the presentation for $1 Million Baby that we have in the back office, or have you relied on like candid conversations to lead the appointment?
No, what I do is if I obviously, over the phone, I talk to the customer and I tell him, a little bit about, what I'm doing, and I don't mention, I put it up as a savings account. And I kind of like explain, I have another video that I do explain, the difference between the bank and the IUL. So I kind of like do that, with them, hey, what if you want to say, set up a savings account? And they think I'm with the bank. I'm like, no, not with the bank, but with the insurance company, where you're gonna take, you're gonna earn, interest, you're gonna have benefits. So all this stuff. So they give me the appointment. So I don't go there and show a presentation, like a video presentation. I go and ask a couple of questions. Like do you have a life insurance right now? Do you have any coverage, for you or your family? And I hit them, hey, what if you die today? What your family is gonna look like tomorrow? What are they gonna do? And then from there, I was like, how old are your kids? So I start asking, the questions. I kind of like investigate already about the kids. How old are they? Are they having any doctor? I mean, any that they're taking any medication, things like that. And then I go to like some numbers immediately. I open my bag and I get my laptop and I do it and I log into my like NLG or FNG, and I just ask them, hey, what's their name? And what's the kid's name? And they give me the name, date of birth. And don't worry, this is just for me to show you some numbers. Let me show you something. So I start up high, with like $300 a month, something like that. And then I let them decide, what, but when they see the numbers, they go crazy. They go like, man, it's amazing. I was like, look, in 20 years, this is what you put in. Let's say 35,000, 50,000, whatever. But look what the kid is going to have, whenever he retired at 65. I kind of put it at 65, even though they can do, maybe early, but the number looks pretty nice, accumulation and all that benefit.
That's awesome. Do you have Chris there? Some people are asking what your TikTok handle is. You might get some new followers tonight if you want to put that in the chat.
Yes. I will definitely. What is the chat at? Hold on. I want to put that in the chat.
And we have another question, looks like from Zayla Lim. And then we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon, folks. So if you have questions, go ahead and throw those out.
And guys, my TikTok is totally 100% in Spanish. But you guys always have maybe a prospect. Share the link, and I'm not gonna. If you guys tell me, I'm not gonna get no customers. Without asking them, how do you find out about me, or who sent you. You can use the videos. It's fine. It's okay. You can use the videos. Let me see, user.
So while he's looking that up, Zayla Lim, go ahead and ask what your question is.
Okay, my question is, do you have any preference related to carriers? I mean, specifically for different situations?
That I recently started using. I was using NLG all the time. NLG, I like NLG. I mean, they're super fast. They got some of my customers also. They don't have like social security number. If you guys have a customer, Hispanic, for example, somebody, they don't have a social security card, but most of them, they already have an IT number, tax ID, where they pay taxes. NLG will approve those people like faster than somebody with a social security card. I experienced that in like 3 of my customers. I plugged them in, and a couple of hours later, it was already done, approved. Underwriting was already done. It was already for to issue their form. So I use them, and I use FNG. I send out quite a few baby $1 Million Babies with FNG. As a matter of fact, I think they approved me one today, the last one. So those are the ones that I'm using. So I'm
Thank
getting,
you.
familiar with their system, and
Awesome. That's
I
great.
already sent out my TikTok user.
Awesome. I see. So TikTok
In
is
the
in the
chat.
chat,
You
folks.
guys
You
click
want
there,
to copy
follow me.
that? Get it. Go follow him, and you got some sources to share with people as well. We have another question from Carmen, one of our 6 figurine earners, executive director.
Carmen.
Yes.
Carmen is killing it. I saw some TikTok video today from Carmen.
Hey Chris, how you doing, sweetie? I'm so
What's
glad
going
that
on? Yeah, I saw a video of you and the lady at the salon, I think somewhere.
oh yeah, I was talking to Raza about that today. That's going to be a big case. That lady is 52 years old and she has absolutely nothing saved for retirement but an old Primerica mutual fund statement of about 14,000. That's it. Can you believe?
Wow.
But
Wow.
enough about me, guys. But yeah, that just shows you that it's so many self-employed people out here that that don't have any money saved for retirement, guys. It's like an open season, right? I just laugh at people. They're just like they're still talking about who's in the White House. I'm like, bro, don't nobody care about who's in the White House. I mean, it's all these people that are self-employed and they got cash flow, right? And they got $60 a week to save, and people just aren't out here getting it. But at any rate, that doesn't have nothing to do with Million Dollar Baby, right? So Million Dollar Baby, Chris, my friend, are you running into anybody that has a 529 plan that has put over, I don't know, anything substantial, maybe about 10,000 in it? And have you been able to persuade them away from the 529 plan and to do the IUL? And the only reason why I'm not on camera is because I'm in the car and it's as dark as heck in here. Y'all won't be able to see me any doggone way. Yeah, that is actually literally not a joke, but go ahead.
No, I have not. I have not met anybody with that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have. I can see you, so we'll see you. No,
Barely.
so I guess it's been like my niche has been like IULs, and that's what I've been. That's where I've been. I don't know. I've been getting customers for IULs.
No,
So
yeah, no, and that's great. I just wanted to know, right, if you ran into anybody to where you have been able to persuade them away from a 529 plan and get a IUL.
no, I have not.
Okay. That's coming, my friend.
Oh, really?
Oh, heck yeah. Listen, when you talk to more people, that's the stuff that happens. You just run into bigger cases, more challenging things, big money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
Yeah,
no, I understand. But
that's all. It's
no,
coming.
the one of the highest IUL I guess I've done is a $1,300 premium that this guy did. But
Yeah.
I know. I guess I should have.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
you
I
will.
should. If he had that money, he had some more money for it, maybe annuity, but I wasn't ready
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
Raza showed me some illustrations, for these customers for annuities, and I'm not familiar. I'm not very familiar with annuities, so I got to get into that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Probably not for, probably not for a child though,
No, no, no,
not,
no, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
just
no,
annuities
for
as
an
a whole.
adult.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I spoke to somebody that recently bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
He was not very well educated. He bought a house and he decided to buy it cash with $800,000 cash.
Dog, how much
Yeah.
money does he have though? I mean, if he got 800,000, you
No,
know what I'm
that's
saying? He got
exactly
like 5
so.
million.
Yeah, so I don't know. But Raza was telling me, man, if he would have done an annuity, he would have
I'm
had
telling you.
money.
Yeah.
Or right, if he would have put it in Lafayette Life, right? So instead of giving the mortgage company, right, or the bank the 800,000, right, he could have put it in Lafayette Life or Mutual Trust. They would have gave him back about 760,000 within 15 days.
Ooh.
Right? And then
it's
right?
information.
I'm telling you. Now, this is a single premium annuity, right? You may only get paid like 3 or 2% on it, but heck, on 800,000?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you. And right, and it's like, okay, so what's your house note, sir? Like, what would your house note be on like 800,000, right? So that's the way you backplay that. So if he says, well, it'll probably be about 4,000 a month. Okay, cool. So you can afford the payment because you sit up here, you know, forking over 800 grand, right? So you get Lafayette Life or Mutual Trust to do an illustration for you for 4 grand for a 15-year mortgage. It'll blow his mind.
Wow.
He'll have more money in 15 years than he put down on the doggone house.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you could do.
Listen, bro,
It's
thank me for
that
that later. Just
information, you
split
know,
that
that
one. Split that one with me, okay? Just split when you get that one. Just split it with me, because
yes,
I
will.
told
I
you how
will
to
call
sell
you.
it.
I will definitely call you. Yeah, because I will know what, you know, how, you know, what to do anyway. So, but
Yeah.
you help me out.
No,
You
no,
will.
no. Raza, no. Raza know what to do.
Raza.
Yeah. Raza will know.
Anyway.
But it's good talking to you, my friend. It's always good talking. I knew you were gonna find your niche. I knew it. I knew you were gonna find
Yeah,
your
I'm
life.
working on that. So I got to put all these kids. Got to put a bunch of kids in college, and hopefully, you know, when they so hopefully when they grow up, they, you know, they'll have a picture of myself on the living room. That's the guy that
Listen,
helped me.
oh my God, listen,
That's Chris. That's the guy that helped me set up my future.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm working, right? I want to have that oil painting, you know, of me, you know, like a younger, like when I was like 25, right? With the lighting on it, you know, that hits it, and I'm like, you know, I'm like this, you know.
You know
And that,
what?
and,
I guess
and they're like, wow, you know.
hey, every
We're
time you
all trying
close
to get there.
you close a deal, I think you need to bring a frame, you know, picture frame of yourselves to give it to the customer, so that way
Oh my
they
God,
remember you.
that's really inflating my ego. That's pretty gross. That's
Hey, look,
bad.
guys, we're all trying to
Okay,
get there.
we're done.
And
I'm sorry.
we're gonna no problem, no problem. That was some good information as well. Carmen has always got great information to share with the team, things that we think we know, and then all of a sudden she goes, bam, and like, oh, okay,
Awesome.
now I know something else. So, you know, it's great. Thanks, Chris, for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Pastor Eddie.
Close it out. I think there's no more questions.
Always.
Hopefully everybody's questions got answered as much as possible. And you know, come on back on next Tuesday, invite some guests out here. There's going to be another powerful presentation and training, and something we can always count on and look forward to. So, having said all that, you all have a great evening. We're going to talk to you next time. All right.
Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.